back when I being on channel. Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. So, I did a Larry Bird video the other day, and I asked you all like the top 5, your top favorite trash talkers, right? And a lot of you all was saying Reggie Miller, and I'm like, Reggie Miller was a trash talker? Like, what? If he was a quiet one because I didn't know. Um, so I try to do some research and try to find a Reggie Miller like trash talking video, but there's not really many out. And so I seen this one saying like Reggie Miller trash talking Larry Bird, and just by the title, it seemed like Larry Bird gave him that work. Okay, and in the top of my head, I'm trying to think of the game that Reggie Miller could have trash talk. It had to be like his rookie season, because when Reggie Miller came in the league, Larry Bird was kind of on his way out, right? So I'm interested and curious about this video. Hopefully you all will enjoy this video and watch it all the way through. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and push the notification bell so you know notification when I post. And like I always say, if you're a consistent supporter, thank you for clicking on this video. And if you're a new person, thank you for clicking on this video. Like I said, I hope you will watch it all the way through and comment down below and talk to me. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into it.
Is common in pro sports. Basketball great Larry Bird was one of the most legendary smack talkers of his time. When Reggie Miller was a rookie, he did his best to psych out the Hall of Famer and failed miserably. Luckily, this didn't stop Miller from having a storied NBA career. He was even fortunate enough to play for Bird from 1997 to 2000. When Miller entered the league in 1987, Bird and the Boston Celtics were already legendary. They had won 3 NBA championships in the 1980s.
Okay, that's what I
Bird
thought.
was the MVP 3 years running. But Miller didn't seem to care about any of that. In a snippet from his book, I Love Being the Enemy, Reggie recounts his story of razzing the All-Star. A close game between the Celtics and Pacers was coming down to free throws. With only 20 seconds left, Bird was fouled and sent to the free throw line. To distract him from making the shot, Miller tried trash talking, saying, "Hey, hey." Bird, irritated by this, turned his head to look at Miller. "You got to be kidding me, Rook. You got to be kidding me."
Dang, all he said was, "Hey, hey." Bird still responded. Hey, dude just said, "Hey, hey." Bird, you could have let that slide. You ain't gotta go crazy. Hold on.
Sunk the first free throw and continued on his rant. "Rook, I'm the best shooter in the league right now. In the league, understand? And you're up here trying to say something."
Ooh.
After he easily sunk the next shot, Miller said he felt like an idiot trying to get under the skin of the great Bird, especially in front of Bird's teammates who found the hole.
But how he think if Miller the only thing he said was, "Hey, hey"? I feel like in Miller's mind, you gotta come harder than that. This is Larry Bird. You didn't do your research, sir. You know what I'm saying? You gotta say something way better than that. But in Miller's defense, he claimed he wasn't trying to get up under his skin like that. But if he was, it's like you only said, "Hey, hey."
Whole scene hilarious. In 2016, Reggie talked on how he felt as a rookie going up against Larry Legend. Miller explained he patterned his game after Bird and he will always root for him.
I remember sitting in my dorm at UCLA and watching those great series between Boston and Magic and Bird. And Magic is my mentor. I've said this on this show before, but I patterned my game, who I wanted to be like, who I wanted to play like, after Larry Bird. So I was torn. So I love them both, and to have a chance to play against Larry early on in my career, and then kind of be under his leadership when he took over as head coach, it was a thrill for me because that was, one of the players that, I really idolized and patterned.
So when Larry was a coach, what was their record? Like, who was his team? How? Because, when Larry was coaching at the Pacers, I don't know, I was young, so I don't really remember stories with him coaching there. But how long? I think they said 87 to... No, it wasn't 87. Well, what year did Larry coach there? And I guess, what was the season like? Were they winning? Were they losing? Like, how was he as a coach? Y'all gotta let me know.
My game after. The younger generation needs to go back in YouTube, man. Some of the stuff that kid did, man, I shouldn't say kid, that man,
right.
That man did. It was a bad boy. And what struck me is the first time I played him, and I had seen him before, obviously, he played in Magic's Midsummer Night's Magic the very first year, and I'd met him once there, but to actually, lace up my tennis shoes and getting ready for jump ball and being on the court with him, when you walk up to Larry Bird, it's not like he is a small 6'9". He is a big 6'9" with long arms, and I'm
a lot of people say that.
Looking up at him like, oh my God, this is like Larry. I'm saying this to myself underneath my breath. This is Larry Legend. Oh my God, keep it cool, keep it cool. And I remember in the Garden, they had, the game was closed and they were winning. And I'll remember this to the end of time. We were shooting a free throw and I was at half court, and he walks back to me and leans over and says, "Keep working hard, young fella. You're going to be a good one." This is Larry.
Dang. If Larry said that, he respected you for real. Like, he respected your game. He respected your work ethic. He respected you. Because I feel like Larry don't give out too many compliments. So for him to say that, that's love. I bet he will remember that forever. That's dope. That's dope.
Bird. I mean, he is Mr. Hoosier. He's from our state saying this to me, and I'm like, oh my God, Larry Bird just said it. Good one. I'm sorry. There's certain people that you root for. Larry Bird is one of those guys I will always root for.
In 2011,
Respect,
while
respect.
discussing the best trash talkers in the history of the NBA on open court, Reggie admitted he learned to trash talk by watching the Celtics legend.
I got a lot of my trash talking actually by growing up in LA and watching the Boston and the LA series, was watching Larry Bird, because you mentioned he was, and you didn't assume that he talked, but you knew he was talking.
Oh, yeah.
Because him and Michael Cooper used to go at it all the time. And to hear that Southern twang, and to hear him talk, and to hear him talk trash, it was priceless.
Well, with Bird, ever laugh? No, never laugh.
So just to think of that, how do you think Larry Bird would have survived in today's league? Like, do you think he would have been like Larry Bird like we know, or do you think he would have been like a whole different Larry Bird in today's league? I feel like today's league ain't hard enough for him. I feel like he would have got bored. Like he would have got bored and been like, yo, I'm about to do something else with my time. You know what I'm saying? And if you felt like he would have still been the same Larry Bird, who would you think like would be jawing back with him besides like Draymond Green? You know what I'm saying? You can't really think of too many people that trash talk nowadays. So hopefully that question makes sense. Y'all gotta let me know down below.
Oh, yeah, you laugh all the time.
Despite making a fool of himself as a rookie, Miller went on to have a top-notch NBA career. He played for 18 years with the Indiana Pacers and is considered one of their best players ever. He was noted for his deadly three-point shooting, especially in clutch situations. Always a consistent free throw shooter, he led the league in free throw percentage 5 times throughout his career. Always one to play the bad guy, Miller loved to get under the opposing team's skin. He was a trash talker, cocky, and difficult to defend, but he could always back up his smack talking with his play. His finesse and shooting ability would earn him induction into the Hall of Fame in 2012. Bird and Miller reunited again in 1997, but in a different capacity. Not as opponents, but instead as coach and player. Two of the best
Okay, so that answered my question earlier. I was wondering when Larry was a coach there, but 97.
trash talkers were back together and working toward a common goal. That season was an incredible year for Miller and the Pacers. When Bird joined the organization as head coach, he had his doubters, but they were quickly silenced and won over by his vision and work ethic. Miller and Bird led the team to the Eastern Conference Finals in 1998, where they took Michael Jordan and the Chicago Bulls to a nail-biting Game 7 where the Bulls pulled off the win. That loss was tough to swallow, but the team regrouped and made it to the Eastern Conference Finals the following year and the NBA Finals in 2000. Miller's strong play and Bird's coaching tactics were part of the reason the team went so far. The success of the Pacers also brought the one-time rivals closer together. No longer were they competing against each other, but this trash-talking duo was looking to win the championship together. Tell us in the comments, how do you think Reggie and Larry Legend will fare in today's NBA? If you enjoyed this video, hit the...
Dang, I forgot Jalen Rose was on that. And they didn't win nothing, right? Dang. I feel like Reggie's one of them players that you wish would have got a ring, because he was a great shooter. But y'all gotta let me know. Dang. Who else was on there? I want to know who else was on the Pacers then when Larry Bird was coaching. So yeah, Jalen Rose, Reggie Miller. Y'all gotta let me know who else was on there. Because, yeah, that's interesting. Very interesting. Alright. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Hopefully you all will answer some of the questions that I asked down below. Let me know what you think of this video and any other videos you'd like to see me do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and push the notification bell. With that being said, see you guys next video.